Hi, hello, I'm Jamie. In today's video, I'm doing something pretty different on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a June and July wrap up of all the books that I listened to. I've never really actually done a book related video on the channel like this before, so I've no idea how this is going to go, but I just want to talk about some of the books I've been listening to and what I hope to look forward to in the future. So I'm just going to jump straight into it and just talk about the books that I listened to in these past 2 months. The first book that I listened to was Nothing Special. This book I had on my library for a while and I just didn't know if I actually was interested. I kept on hesitating to actually start it, but nonetheless, I actually really enjoyed this book. The main characters' names being God and Day, those two names are just so cool. I'm not trying to make this pun, but it was nothing special, but I did actually really enjoy it. I nearly DNF'd the book straight off the bat, but I ended up sticking with it and it became a 5-star for me. I don't even know how to explain it. A character's name being Godfrey and his nickname being God, and he puts the fear of God into people. It just works for me. It just works. The next book I listened to was Tough Luck by Annabeth Albert. This is another book that I had in my library for a few months and I genuinely thought I was going to DNF it. It ended up being a 4-star book for me. This is essentially a A-list celebrity series where we have a retired SEAL who is now a bodyguard. A lot of people in the reviews that before I checked this book out said that it was surprisingly deep and very emotional, and I get why people say that, but for me it just didn't actually hit as much as I wanted it to. I overall enjoyed it, but I don't think I'm going to actually continue any of the other books in this series. The next book by one of my favourite authors, Alice Winters. This specific series, the Hitman Guides series, is not my favourite of hers. I love almost all of Alice's work, but this Hitman series I just don't love. This is book 2 that I listened to and I gave it 4 stars as well. I won't go too much into what the second book is about since it's spoilers for the first, but essentially you have a retired hitman, now kind of a private eye with his partner. It's okay, it's funny, it's very Alice, but for some reason it just doesn't click with me like her other work. And I do have all of the books in this series, so I will eventually get to them, but I just don't love this. Like, I'm not biting at the bit to continue. I then decided to end up taking a break from actually listening to some romance, and I ended up going back over to my favourite genre, which is science fiction, and I listened to Savage Skies by Nicholas Sansbury Smith. This series essentially is about a group of scientists and soldiers who wake up in an underground bunker with no memory of what actually happened. They end up going up to the surface with a mission, and it is just a complete landscape that they don't recognize whatsoever, with monsters, and it's all weird. This isn't a particularly long audiobook, but I didn't absolutely love it. It was 4 stars, which means I enjoyed it well enough, but I just didn't love the thing. And this is meant to be like a new novella in a series by him that we have no idea if it's actually going to have more books. But the way this ended, I have no idea how you would continue this in future stuff, which I think is why he kind of abandoned it. Then I moved on to one of my other favourite authors, which is Jeremy Robinson, with Parallax. Parallax, straight off the bat, I can tell you right now, it was a 5-star read for me. Or listen. This book is, I don't even know how to describe this without like giving the spoilers for what it is. It's very different from some of his other work. Jeremy likes to do gore and people dying, and no one really in the main cast is sort of safe sometimes, which I kind of love that by him. This is very different than his regular science fiction. Essentially, think the X-Files and Fringe, where you have people with weird superhuman abilities, mind reading, seeing stuff in their head, like the mind's eye. That essentially is this book. But then it also weaves in aliens. We don't even know, is it alien? I have no clue. Some answers in this book never get answered, but it is just a fun time. This book weirdly has everything. We have like weird powers, organization, and time travel. Ignore the changing of the scene and the clothes. I needed to get ready to go to the cinema, so I just wanted to finish this video very quickly. That was everything that I listened to in June, but in July I ended up listening to Upgrade by Blake Crouch. Behind me in the background I actually have Dark Matter, and that is my favourite book by him, and I understand now why Upgrade is the least popular out of like Upgrade, Dark Matter and Recursion. Upgrade was good, it just went in a different direction that I kind of wanted it to. but I do like the concept of upgrading humanity. And if anyone knows how this book ends, I think we could use a bit of that in society right about now, but it was still fun, so I give it 4 stars. And then the final thing I listened to, which is this month has been pretty bad for terms of me listening to books. I only listened to 2, but I listened to Dungeon Crawler Carl for the first time. This book is like everything that I love. Project Hail Mary, The Martian, Babaverse, it's just straight up my alley of what I love, and it's crazy that I took so long to actually get to it. This book was the absolute 5-star, and I'm currently listening to book 2, and I'm so hyped for the TV show adaptation that has been announced. As for what I want to listen to in August and September, I think I want to continue with a little bit of Dungeon Crawler Carol and go back into a little bit of the romance that I've been listening to previously. If you guys want to follow my Goodreads, it will be down below in the description of this video. You can check out my reading challenge, all the books that I've listened to, and what I'm currently listening to, and just give it a follow and keep it up to date. This was a very different video for me for this channel. I don't normally do book related content, but I do want to do more alongside actual reaction videos. So if you have any videos you'd like me to react to or do book related, let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, I'm going to go to the cinema and watch Spider-Man.